So if you're someone who is taking Xanax or Ambien for sleep, a recent study may be of interest. What did these scientists do? Well, they gathered together over 100 participants and they brought them into the sleep laboratory so that they could measure their sleep with electrodes placed on the head and examine the brainwave activity patterns. And these were individuals who were older adults. They were 50 years or older. And essentially they split them up into three experimental groups. Those individuals who were healthy, good sleepers and not taking any sleeping pills, those individuals who had insomnia and were taking sleeping pills like Xanax and Ambien, and then those individuals who also had insomnia but were not taking any sleeping pills. And the scientists discovered essentially three critical findings. First, in those individuals who had insomnia and were taking sleeping pills like Xanax and Ambien, they actually had significantly less deep non-REM sleep relative to those individuals who also had insomnia but were not taking any sleeping pills. And in particular, those individuals who were taking sleeping pills, they had much less what we call delta slow brainwave activity. Now, the second result was that in those individuals who had insomnia and were taking those sleeping pills, that big, deep, powerful delta brainwave activity that was missing, that was instead replaced by much faster frequency brainwave patterns, things that we call beta brainwave patterns, as well as theta activity. Those are patterns of brainwaves that we normally see in people who were awake. So it suggests that the sleeping pills were creating a form of non-restorative sleep. The third result was a story of mismatched timing. Now, normally those big delta brainwaves of deep slow wave sleep coincide with another burst of electrical brainwave activity that we call sleep spindles. Why is that important? Well, it's important because when those two things are beautifully synchronized, it helps with the cementing and the saving of new memories so that you don't forget. But in those individuals who had insomnia and were taking sleeping pills, those two brainwave patterns were misfiring. It was almost as though the sleeping pills were like a drummer that was just one beat off the rhythm. They weren't perfectly synchronized. So what does this all mean then? Well, I think what it suggests, certainly for older adults, is that they may wish to look for alternative forms of sleep help, particularly things like cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, or CBT-I for short. People like Colin Espy in the United Kingdom, they've done some wonderful work demonstrating how efficacious that non-pharmacological method of sleep improvement. Or people may wish to look to the newer class of sleeping medications called the DORAs drugs, spelled D-O-R-A-S, and they don't seem to suffer from those side effects of the classic sleeping pills. So I hope this has been useful. Please let me know in the comments what other sleep topics you would like me to cover. And thanks again for watching.